Today I have 3 different tricks to break down for you guys, so let's just jump straight into it. This is a trick Sandra has on lock pretty much. It was running a bit slow this day, so we can see she's under-rotating them a little bit. The main point of this session was to put a lead Japan grab in the Misty. So, Misty 7, as you just saw there, essentially it's a front flip where you're setting in some spin and you want to be doing a forwards flip with a 360-degree rotation in the middle of it, and it's going to be slightly off axis, meaning you're not flipping straight on this axis, you're flipping on a slightly diagonal axis as you go around. Here we see Sandra putting in a Japan grab there. I'm getting excited because this was her first attempt. You see she sets it, right, boom, down and forwards, reaches back for the grab, gets that grab, connects there, is holding it through, but she's just slightly under on the flip. Gets the rotation round all the way to forwards just in time. And here is the slightly better landed second attempt. There were a few more attempts during the night, but this was the best clip we got.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's pretty damn close. Same problem again, under on the rotation. Now, getting the grab fine there. The question is, what could we do to get that flip round, finish the trick earlier so that she actually has time to prepare for that landing, because that landing is just slapping her. So you're probably thinking, oh, she just needs to get more airtime, go bigger. On this jump though, that's not really a good option. When you go bigger on this jump, you tend to just have a lot more impact on the landing, so we like to keep it at a safer level. So that's not an option we're going to be doing. You might also think she has to set it with more power just to get it all round in time, and yes, while that would help, I don't think it's the best solution here. I think the best solution we've got is to make a slight alteration to this set in a way that, without her having to actually try harder, is going to get more flip through, and then slightly change the position in the air, which is also going to get more flip round. Now, what would those changes be? Number 1, on the takeoff here, you can see as she sets in, her arm's coming from above and throwing down, but then the second she's in the air, it's going up again, right? So she's not really following through with her right arm as she sets it down. So it's setting front flip and then it goes just all into spin. And the same happens with the left arm. It's coming up, but then as soon as she's in the air, it's reaching down again for the grab. So very quickly, all of the set goes into the spin and the flip isn't followed through with. So that's one thing where we can make some alterations there to cause more flip and a bit less spin. And that's going to help her finish the flip sooner. The second change I would make is with the air position, and this would be for essentially just trying to tuck up a bit more, and this is what Sandra was hoping to achieve, and next time we come back to this trick, that's what we'll be focusing on, getting the knees up to the chest. When you're flipping and spinning on skis, the straighter your body is and the taller you are, the faster you'll spin, but the slower you'll flip, and the opposite for tucking. So by tucking her knees up, Sandra's going to get a little bit more flip round, and then she's going to lose a bit on the spin. Now spinning, I think there's a lot more room in the tank here power wise for Sandra to get that spin round, and that's not going to be the problem. We just need to get that flip round fully, and the spin's going to be easy. So if we on the set on the takeoff can give it more of a follow through on the flipping portion of the set, and we can be more tucked in the air, Sandra's going to absolutely stomp this, and I'll have a video coming out at some point in the future when she does, which won't be too far away. Okay, next we've got Finlay working on his back 270s off of our short gunpipe rail. Right, I'm going to slow this one down, and I want you guys to comment below what you think he needs to change to get this round, and we'll see if it's different from what I think here. He's very close. Since this day he has got them nailed. What do I think? Coming in, landed on the rail, all solid, right? Nothing that needs to be changed there. Good stance on the rail, good balance. Everything up until here, I'd say, is pretty good. this is where things go wrong. Now, what is it that's going wrong? Let's start with the feet. We'll work our way up from the bottom. First of all, you can see he's starting to lock, and that's a pretty solid lock, right? He's putting his toe down on his downhill foot, he's putting his heel down on his uphill foot. And that's just a bog standard backside lock, that's how you do it. And what you can see is as he goes to pop off the end of the rail, his toe comes up and he's all in on the heel of the uphill foot, right? And it seems like that's where he's pushing off to get this rotation round. Yeah, he's really pushing off of his right heel. Now, I think we'd want to even that out so the weight is coming away and he's pushing from between his feet equally on both of them. Right, and that's going to give him a much more solid base to spin off of. So that's point one. I've got 3 parts to this. Part number 2 would be his arms if we're working up from the bottom. His arms are good, right? But he just sets it, I would say, slightly early. And as soon as he is in the air, he's counter-rotating it around with his arms. There's no follow through with that upper body momentum to get the spin round. And that could be because he's losing a bit of grip with his feet. You know, from the feet up, everything is sort of affected. But the number one thing here that I'm noticing, and I think this is what's holding him back the most, point number 3, is his head. So if we look at his head, he's looking at the end of the rail, which is good. But just as he gets to the end, he is right there, looking straight at the ground. And that is what's really holding him back, because that's shifting his upper body over to the side in this angle, which is not what we want. His feet are up and down, his upper body should also be up and down here. Yeah. By keeping his chin up, he'll be able to keep his chest up, and he'll look round and he'll spot his landing way sooner, and he'll be way less blocked off in that spin. So the 3 parts there are to press down on that left toe and not focus on the right heel as much. To use those arms and push the momentum round, although this is the less important of the 3 points. And 3, keep that head up. Get those 3 done, Finlay, and you're going to have these unlock every single time, which you kind of do already. Okay, for the third trick I'm going to break down, it's this unnat 540 from Bailey. Now, this is a trick he used to have on lock. For some reason, and this just happens sometimes, it went iffy and we needed to go back to it and iron it out again. Now, he's coming in, right? I'll play it first. Okay, what went wrong there? So he's coming in, he's spinning, but we can see his balance is just turning off to the side. Right, and he is freaking out in the air, having to wriggle to try and keep it upright. And he does a relatively good job, but not enough to stay on his feet. So, this is one where we were working on this for a good hour, repping it out, 5 minutes between each lap, and we were just going for it, getting this. And we did get it nailed, spoiler alert. Things we tried. First I was looking at his takeoff, right, and I've seen that on his takeoff here, his hips are coming across to the left. And his shoulders, because of that, are coming across to the right. And that's what's putting him off balance. Yeah, hips to the left, shoulders to the right. He's at an angle here, so this is up. And then this, at this angle. And that's what's causing the rotation to that direction. Tried to fix that, that couldn't work. That's a really hard thing to dial in as an athlete. We also focused on his position in the air. So we tried looking, because here you'll notice he gets the 360 and he just looks at the ground. Now that's a result of his off-axis balance already, but maybe by focusing on keeping the head up, we would be able to correct it. That didn't quite work. So the third thing we tried, and this is what did the charm, nice and simple, the advice you hear from everyone, pop harder. I got Bailey to go slower, and I got him to pop as hard as he possibly could, or at least psychologically think about it, popping as hard as he possibly could, and what that seemed to do was straighten everything up. And here is the final result. Solid. Now, Bailey being Bailey wanted to get a nicer landing than this, but we'll take it. He's still got a little bit of hips going to the left, but because his pop is so solid, and you see both feet are coming off the ground right at the same time there, his balance was just way better. Your pop is what gives you your balance. Okay, thank you. I hope some of what I said and some of these breakdowns were useful for you, and you can maybe use some of what I said to apply to your own skiing and improve it. If you have any clips of your own which you'd like to get broken down and put in a video like this, look in the description and you'll find my email address and you can send them across and I'll make sure to get them up in a video. Cheers guys.